Hello, this is going to be my tech video for the game. I'll show you just a brief gameplay section of it before I start talking about the mechanics. You have a light attack, a heavy attack, you have stats, you have a health bar, and you have EXP which you collect, and then you choose between 3 randomly generated stats. You pick, choose, they add it on, and then you become stronger that way. Enemies grow stronger over time. You also just gain stats by just leveling up, and that's just you survive the full 10 minutes as enemies grow stronger, enemies spawn faster, and you win. That's the basics of my game. Now, I'm going to start off with my basic huge class of components. I have two. This one is a finisher. We have damage system and enemy is just advance of the enemy. We have damage system, which is interface which communicates with anything alive, just to send it things. Also communicates with UI and anything that's just to do with characters in my game, like any entity. So that's health system. So we have a damage. The way damage works is you have 3 different damage types with damage amounts and damage methods. Calculate them here using sequences. Methods are like max health, physical health, missing health, current health, or flat health. That's a different damages system than calculation type. This is using armor and magical system to calculate damage reduction between AP and AD, and then you have this to calculate the damage. Get the color, send it to damage effects, which is communicates with the owner. Then you check if it's dead. Have damage effects. Only the stats UI and tick stats. Tick stats is a huge class which goes through flat stats, flat changes, percent changes, all stats buff, which is when you level up, you gain a buff to all your stats, and then you get current health, set current health, update stats UI, update owner stats. Then you have update level, which you get from the owner. Then you have send stat, which is the thing you saw with 3 different choices. You pick one, and then this breaks it down. If it hasn't already been added, add it. If it has already been added, add it to the existing one, just so it gets even stronger. So you can have multiple of the same, like attack damage, stack it. This is the way it works. You get keys, loop it, find the correct value, break it, get the value, find it, clamp it, add it, depending if it's a buff or not. Get percent changes, same thing, works all the same. Use a communication with the owners, whether you take damage, stats, or die. And then we have debuffs, which you get a debuff table. They have multiple rows with different effects. And then you sort them out, break them down, get variables. When you switch depending which one, these are all hard-coded. And then the reason these are hard-coded is so they don't interfere with each other and they can have their own debuffs and they can have multiple at the same time, they can refresh, etc, etc. So that's the mega class I have. And then I'll showcase my top 9 character. These are all of this is communication with different blueprints that want to communicate, like enemies, the blueprint component we have here, stats health system, we have apply debuff, owner update UI, damage effects, which spawns a widget in the bounding box, cast to change the damage, apply damage, player sound, so when you get damaged, when you win, it has effects here. Disable on collision. Then you add as a you win little text, so just so you know. Then it collects XP, so you get current, add a base amount. Then you have a max, so you clamp it so you can't go over. Check if you went over or you're the same. Then you collect XP on the play menu, just so a little bar on the bottom left corner fills up. Divided, just so you know. Then you up the level. Then you increase the level cap, just to set the EXP max. EXP max, set current XP to 0. Then you update level, collect the XP. Use this update level for the play menu. This is update level for the health system. Then you create a level up widget. It's a little thing you saw with the 3 choices. When you set the game to paused. These are the light attack, which are 2 enhanced inputs. Check if a cooldown is up. Cast a skeleton knight, just so you know, to change the animation. Update current animation cooldown. And then the way the attacks works, you summon a projectile. Right here, you summon a projectile with different stats, sizes, and damage. Then you have a cooldown here, which the heavy attack has a longer cooldown than a light attack. Then you have an event looking at, which is a tick. Unfortunately, this has to be done that way, just so it always looks at the mouse and it feels bad that way. So that's the player character done. EXP works by having a timeline and just getting pushed towards a player and then being collected and then destroying yourself with a message. Character enemies. Enemies work kind of the same way as an MC, except they have an additional collision to check for the MC, and we always walk towards him. Projectiles. We have a sword projectile, which works by. This is to make the VFX follow separately, and so they can be detached and then dissipate on their own. Yeah, they can detach this from this attack multiplier for the heavy attack. Add unique just so you don't hit enemies multiple times. And yeah, you get a number of spline points. The way is because I made a spline here. Regular spline here. And then I added VFX at each point of a slime. Okay, that's that done. Let's check the time here. And yeah, so we have the data here with a bunch of tables and structures for a bunch of, including debuffs, enums, characters, enemies right here, animations. The way animation works is that you cache the poses blend together and then have the top half work differently from the bottom half. Then you have the two maps, the main menu map and the main map materials. We have the outlines, so when you zoom in and out you get different outlines. Let me just show you guys. Make out of you zoom in, you can see an outline form. This is for EXP collection, and this is a little system where if enemies are outside the box, they get teleported to the edge of it. Just so it feels more infinite that way, and whenever you just try to keep running away, enemies from here will teleport here, so you run into them. I'm gonna have a little pixel shader which makes everything pixelated. Materials, sound effects which I all made myself. Sprites I made myself. Textures, VFX also all made myself, and a bunch of different widgets for damaging, you win text, debuffs, health, level up, and yeah. I do want to talk about one really important. These are the imported. I didn't make the animation nor model. These are the imported data tables. So if I go into Lego Blueprints, Master Spawner, this is another huge class which uses complicated math to spawn only at the edge, not right in front of the player, and it has a timeline to change the spawning frequency right here over time, and it checks if there's too many enemies and changes right here, and also updates the level over time here. That's the gist of my game. So you have an auto tag. You also have natural health regeneration, just so the player has a chance if they get hit. You pick between one, you get armor, they update. As you can see, you collect XP to level up. And yeah, I also have animations linked here, so you always follow the mouse. Yep, that's a general takedown of the game. There's a lot more logic in the UI I would like to show, but since I don't want this video to be too long, I'll just briefly go over it. So UI is huge. This is to figure out debuffs, to stack them, to show you can have multiple, to refresh them. Yeah, these are all for debuffs. This is event construct for show order. These are the different buttons to show them. This is to update stats. Yeah, update stats, damage. I'll show you debuffs real quick. If I go into map, if I go into top-down map, and I'll place down a little prototype debuff. I haven't managed to fully implement debuffs in the game, which is a shame. I'm going to characters enemies. Let's go into prototyping, and let's put a test debuff applier, and let's give it damage. Let's give it burn shred. So if you walk into here, get a little thingy here with a 2, and you can walk into it, and it stacks. And once it's done here, you see you take a damage, it goes up, and then it goes, the number goes back down, and it stacks. Just so you can keep playing the same debuff. That's the end of my tech demonstration. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you later.